The SD40-2 was introduced in January of 1972 by General Motors Electromotive Division and pulled from the popularity of the SD40 series. This line of diesel-electric locomotives competed directly against General Electric's U30C and Alco's Century 630 locomotives. Improved from EMD's older models, a new modular electronic system eased diagnostics and maintenance, while increasing reliability and reducing shop dwell time. This, in turn, made the SD40-2 one of the most bulletproof locomotives ever produced, and is proven, as you can still find many -2s in service to this day, nearly 50 years after they were introduced. Rated at a respectable 3,000 horsepower, the locomotives were powered with a 16-cylinder 645E3 two-stroke diesel engine coupled to an AR-10 alternator rectifier that powered the two 3-axle trucks. Even though there were higher horsepower locomotives available to railroads, the EMD SD40-2 became the best-selling model in the company's history. After its introduction, it also became the industry standard for several decades. Due to the high horsepower output and turbocharging, the SD40-2 required 3 fans and a higher capacity radiator in comparison to their naturally aspirated 38 series cousins. Each fan is turned on and off throughout the duty cycle of the engine to regulate water temperature as needed. The new design made these locomotives easier to distinguish from their predecessors. The whole frame was stretched by 3 feet to accommodate the new HTC truck design. The long hood was also extended by 18 inches. Because of these differences, the new SD40-2 boasted a new, easily identifiable porch on each end of the locomotive. The new standard HTC trucks, which put all motors facing the same direction within the truck, improved torque distribution and transfer of power to the rails. Conrail, however, chose to stick with the Flexicoil Cs, due to the uncertainty of the HTCs that was brought to light after a series of derailments with the SDP40F locomotives that were purchased by Amtrak. The issues were eventually rectified, and the HTC trucks were standard issue under most of the 40, 50, and 60 series 6-axle locomotives. The cab saw numerous improvements, with later production versions receiving the now standard control stand with separate dynamic brake and throttle handles to reduce control confusion, as well as larger air brake gauge faces and a window in the module cabinet door to view the annunciator for diagnostic purposes. Despite a loud cab that was common in that time, railroad crews came to love the pulling power of the SD40-2s. Many engineers comment on the locomotive's ability to produce instant pulling power, which is very different from anything produced nowadays. Pick up your edition of the first run of JointedRail's SD40-2s from Searchlight Simulations today.